Sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la. And Marie who waits for me.
It's a fairly modern play. It was 2005 it was first performed, and it appealed to me because it's a comedy, and it's a while since we did a comedy, and it also caters to the group's age group, which perhaps doesn't always get a lot of parts, which is the women who are in their 50s, shall we say. So there's a number of them in that, so that appealed to me. And it's a wonderful story because it starts off with four girls working in a fish processing factory in Hull. They've known each other for years. Pearl is the oldest and she's taking early retirement because her husband has just taken early retirement. So the girls are planning how they're going to celebrate that with a party or whatever. And the other girls, one of them has been a friend of hers for many, many years there, Jan. There's a young girl, Linda, who's a bit naive, shall we say, than the others, but very quiet with it. And then there's a sort of blousy, full-in-your-face girl called Shelley.
Trim and pack, girls. Trim and pack. Trim and pack.
And all of them having worked together, you'd think they know each other. And certainly the first scene, which is set in the fish factory, they do know each other and they talk to each other with the banter that you get in the workplace. They then decide the celebration for Jan's retirement will be a visit to the races, Ladies' Day in fact, at York in 2005. But of course they're totally unprepared for that because they think it's just like a trip down to the shops. And they then meet a lot of characters throughout the play. They meet a leery TV racing pundit who latches on to the girls. So it's got quite a few characters in it all in all. The challenges for the director, I think, are the fact that the first and the last scene, the fish processing factory, and then the scenes in between are outside the racecourse, in the beer tent at the racecourse, the finishing post in the racecourse, at the grandstand in the racecourse. So they're all different. And to try and come up with something that enables us to move quite seamlessly from one scene to another has been quite a challenge for us. But we think it's working well. The actors and actresses are all very experienced and they're jumping into it and loving it. It's nice to hear the laughter and the banter that goes between them, and we're a group who enjoys being together and acting together, so that's good to bring them all back together again. The play is written around Tony Christie in the sense that his songs at that time in 2005 with the Peter Kay thing was Show Me the Way to Amarillo was #1 at that time, and he was having a bit of a revival because of that. And one of the characters, Linda, the young one, she actually is a member of the Tony Christie fan club. She is very well versed in Tony Christie songs, and they do sing them in the fish factory as they're preparing the fish.
I've been weeping like a willow, dreaming dreams of Amarillo, and sweet Marie who waits for me.
So that's how he sort of starts off in the play, and he runs throughout the play because they decide the best way that they can actually go for horse naming is things that ring a bell with them. And the things that ring a bell with them is the name of Tony Christie songs. So the horses they bet on are Tony Christie songs.
And Marie who waits for me.
The group are doing their research. They've done a bit of research already which found that Tony Christie is actually appearing in Chesterfield in October, and so they've decided that they all want to go and see him, and hopefully we'll get a chance to meet him, and certainly they'll get a chance to see the songs that are all mentioned throughout it and indeed sung throughout it. So. Mike Asprey is playing the role of Jim. He's someone who is very up with racing generally, but he certainly looks after the women. So he's quite attracted by Shelley, particularly in her blousy sort of way, and she isn't interested in him at all, but he suggests he might be able to find her an opportunity. The thing about horse racing is it's just the situation. The real thing, like all good situation comedies, is the fact it's a situation that then has the characters in it. So you don't have to know about horse racing. All you have to know is that these characters are all thrown together in a restricted environment and how they all react in that, either together or actually what they all find out is, although they've been working together for all these years, there's things they didn't know about each other which come out as the drink flows and as they meet various people throughout the day. So yes, it appeals to anyone who would like a laugh and a good time. I think it's an excellent night's entertainment. It doesn't need to know anything about horse racing. It just needs people who want to come, have a laugh, see some good quality acting for a reasonable price. Whether they be local to Allestree, Darley Abbey or anywhere. It will be a very good production.